King Charles' regret about Prince Harry's upbringing tied to Princess Diana. Author Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine, recently wrote a book, My Mother and I. King Charles II has one major regret in raising his children, especially his younger son. The claim was made by Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine. The royal expert recently wrote a book, My Mother and I, which explores the monarch's upbringing and relationship with his late mother, Queen Elizabeth P. Seward also sat down with the 75-year-old at his Highgrove estate. Prince Harry and King Charles were very, very close. Seward told Fox News Digital, "They got on incredibly well. I think Charles probably regrets that he wasn't strict with Harry and his older son William." He went on with Princess Diana's freestyle of bringing up children, Seward shared. Diana allowed them to do, more or less, what they wanted, which was very fashionable in those days. You let children just get on with things. I think Charles probably regrets that he wasn't a bit stricter, because it might have given both boys a few more boundaries. Children all need boundaries, and I don't think they had too many, Seward added. In her lifetime, the glamorous mother ditched a more formal approach to raising her children. Diana was known for her unconventional hands-on approach behind palace doors. She prioritized playtime, scheduled impromptu trips with her sons, and attended to their emotions. Charles, raised in a more traditional environment as a future king, kept things more formal with his children. Seward claimed that it's likely that the king may have wondered over the years if he should have done things differently as a parent. Harry has had a troubled relationship with the royal family since he quit royal duties in 2020 and moved to California with his wife, Meghan Markle. According to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the unbearable intrusions and racist attitudes of the British media prompted the move. Harry showed up alone for his father's coronation in May, but he left as soon as the ceremony ended to return to California for his son Archie's birthday. I don't think that the king would worry about Harry living halfway across the world, because it is not that difficult to get from London to London, as we know, Seward explained. But I think what's sad for him is that he doesn't see his grandchildren, and that Harry has been such a disruptive force to the whole royal family. That doesn't stop Charles from loving him, Seward continued. But I think he's very upset by Harry's behavior and especially upset by Harry's remarks about his wife, about Camilla. Charles just has to be there with open arms. Otherwise, it's just going to make things much, much worse. And I'm sure he wishes that William and Harry were on better terms, but there's nothing he can do about it. It's between them. But he did say, "Please, boys, don't make my last years miserable," which is exactly what they have done. In his 2023 memoir, Spare, Harry accused his stepmother, Queen Camilla, of leaking private conversations to the media to burnish her own reputation. The 39-year-old accused members of the royal family of getting into bed with the devil to gain favorable tabloid coverage. He singled out Camilla's efforts to rehabilitate her image with the British people after her longtime affair with his father. He also detailed his sibling rivalry with William, 41, who is heir to the British throne. Harry wasn't the first royal to speak out about his childhood. In 1994, Charles, then Prince of Wales, spoke to Jonathan Dimbleby for an authorized biography in which he criticized his upbringing. The book described how the Queen and her husband, Prince Philip, were emotionally distant from their firstborn. "He did feel unloved by his parents," said Seward. He criticized their parenting style and said he never remembers his mother hugging him. Well, she did hug him, but he doesn't remember it. He felt that he was unloved by his parents and brought up entirely by nannies. The Queen and Prince Philip were quite hurt by these remarks. They thought, well, where did we go wrong? We did our best. The Queen came to the throne so young, and it was very much a man's world, Seward pointed out. Her motherhood was taken from her. She wasn't able to have the time to look after two very young children. The opening chapter of Harry's book recounts how Charles broke the news of Diana's accident. He pointed out that the patriarch didn't hug his son.